From the 32 now, here's first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Titans getting set to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Mariota. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
To throw is Mariota. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Mariota now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Mariota. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mariota again. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late. On 3rd down, Mariota. Got a man, it's Humphreys. Touchdown out here of the new campaign, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get them one closer. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Bryant has it. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Vegas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. 35 yards that time on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. In the early window on Sunday, one of the best happens up in Pittsburgh. A big one for the Steelers as they'll host the Washington Redskins. Out on the West Coast, more good stuff in the late afternoon as we'll be watching the one down in Carson, where it'll be the Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And lastly, we'll be tuned in on Sunday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. On first down, Jacobs. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Here we go, here we go. 60, orange. Here we go, D. Ready. Here I come. Ready.
Once again, it's Jacobs. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Let's go now. The tackle made by Kevin Byard. It's a gain of 3.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Okay, break. Watching your five. Let's go, D. Slam, slam, slam. Go.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
Well, they weren't able to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play. Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now back to throw. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. They'll run on first down. Warren. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and inches. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Back to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Mariota. He's going to wind up and air it out. And got his man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, Maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Fights free yet again. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Mariota on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Mariota on 2nd and 10. He's got Smith here. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll throw again. Mariota got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Taywan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs, only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Titan football. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And to give this time to the time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mariota now. It's caught. Humphreys. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It'll be a this linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go.
Complete to Bryant. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2nd and 9 now. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. 2nd and 6. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw here. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
On play action, Mariota into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Back to throw here.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Marcus Mariota and the Titans about to go on offense. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score now.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll look to throw. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. There he goes, left side. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Following the interception here, Mariota. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. On 1st down. It's Warren, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Vegas. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And that will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? Gun. It's Mariota, and that is incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. They'll look to set up his blockers. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He'll rifle this one deep right side, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. And that's when it's fun to play defense, when you're able to diagnose a play.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Carlson on for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception. navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So the Raiders now down by 7. 2:10 on the clock. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. It's caught by Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll look to throw.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And to give this time to the tailback. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And they'll indeed take a knee. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Tennessee, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.